can go if they wish to, according to Attorney Te, but they can only testify on administrative matters. That's the latest from the Supreme Court. Again, Attorney Theodore Te telling us that, well, Associate Justice Teresita de Castro is going to be allowed, has been allowed to talk about those three things with, again, limitations. Now let's go back again to the House of Representatives, the House Justice Committee on the impeachment hearing on the Chief Justice.
And not contribute to the complications and or misinformations that you know, the public and or even the media is capturing, and probably airing. So gusto po natin na maging maayos po yung takbo natin, kanya we are doing this. So maraming salamat. Any last, sige, panayang taas mo ng kamay. Final word from you, but keep it short and concise para po naintindihan na po namin ang complaint mo. Alam namin na wala kang personal knowledge, practically in all, and you are basing it on secondary evidence na nakuha mo from whoever. Hindi na namin gustong alamin yon. At based on authentic records, at yun po ang sisimulan natin bukas po. When we call in one or two or as many resource persons and or witnesses that we will call starting tomorrow. So ano po yung gusto niyo sabihin, Attorney Gadon?
Thank you po, Honorable Chairman. Meron po akong allegation dito sa complaint about the illegal contracts doon sa mga IT consultants. And
you're referring to paragraph?
Never mind. Yes, Your Honor, 7.1. Ang sinasabi ko po dito ay merong mga IT consultants, may mga kontrata na kinuha si Chief Justice Sereno sa Office of the Chief Justice. Yung mga IT consultants na binayaran ng more or less o mahigit 10 million. And when I filed this complaint, and so I asked for the certified true copies of the documents, the Supreme Court and Bank noticed that there is an issue here of the illegal contracts. And so, the NBank ordered an investigation and ordered the senior court attorney to investigate the matters on these illegal contracts. And now, last week, a report was submitted to the NBank finding that all these contracts are illegal because they did not pass through the procurement process. The trouble is, the problem, Your Honors, is that they have already been paid for more than 10 million. And we can summon the Supreme Court official who conducted this investigation and who submitted the report to the NBank. This is...
Attorney Gadon, wala yan sa complaint mo?
Nasa complaint ko po.
Nasa inyo pa rin. What
Yes.
is that? That is part of what ground?
7.1, Your Honor.
Wala pa po tayo dyan. Kanya pwede ba, wag mo na munang guluhin ito. We are on the first two grounds. Kanya we will get there when the proper time comes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Please be guided by, alam nyo naman yun, Antimano, we're having difficulty managing this hearing because allegations are coming from everywhere. Kanya ho, ikinahon ho muna natin para mas malinaw. And what we are tackling today are two grounds covering 14 charges. At yun po yung kinover natin. So, please reserve your comment when we deal with those particular grounds and or charges, and there are 13 other allegations under those two charges of other high crimes and betrayal of public trust. So, hold your horse, ika nga, para maayos tayo. Okay?
I submit, Your Honor.
Okay, maraming salamat because we would now want to go to BIR for to clarify on some points that we covered yesterday. Maraming salamat, Attorney Gadon, and yung lawyer mo, Attorney
Ralph Lawrence Margallo.
Margallo. Binabayaran ka ba ng hindi ka na-recognize eh. Nire-recognize namin yun para mabayaran ka. So, maraming salamat sa inyo. We will, you're excused and we will now go to Attorney.
Mr. Chair, can he still stay while we will be asking questions to the BIR? There might be some
Pwede
questions
naman,
which has to
pwede
be
naman.
reconciled by his complaint. So I think he can still stay.
Pwede naman. But ang point lang is, at saka to my understanding, wala pa rin naman itong BIR na may sasubmit ngayon. That is the information I got. So can you please articulate this matter for the information of this committee?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I'm still respectfully appealing in behalf of the Commissioner of Internal Revenue. And as undertaken during yesterday's hearing, that's whether or not I will have the documents with me, I will attend today's hearing. So I am respectfully appearing today, Your Honor, to explain that this morning we have been working as undertaken that we are doing our best to do it as fast as we can to retrieve the documents as required by the Honorable Committee, Your Honor. We have already issued out the necessary memorandum orders to the respective officers who are in custody of the required documents this morning, and we expect them to be in by at least Friday. So, again, Your Honor, I would be asking for the indulgence of the Honorable Committee to please
Yeah,
grant us
you
the
already did
requested.
that and sabi naman natin best effort lang.
Yes, we're still doing it, Your Honor.
And the more important point is that yung action paper requiring those who are in custody of these documents were now notified and were directed to submit this to the Office of the Commissioner. And
Yes,
we
Your Honor.
understand that it will take time. So okay lang naman.
Thank
After
you, Your
all, we are elated by the recent action taken by the Supreme Court, and I think we will have our hands full tomorrow when we resume session with the attendance of, in all likelihood, Associate Justice De Castro, who probably would have the inside information and the personal knowledge on all of these things that brought this case to this committee because of the allegation of usurpation and ano yan?
Failure to properly disclose salary.
Hindi, yung kay falsification of ARCAO. Ito yun, ano? Yung TRO on Senior Citizens Party List. Yung and the others, no? Anyway, palagay ko marami ito. And so, maraming salamat doon sa pagdalo mo in response to our request that you update us. No? But in the meanwhile, while you are here, para hindi naman masayang yung oras, meron ka bang tanong, Congressman Kit?
Mr. Chair, I was going to move, considering the good mood of the committee, to allow her more time. But since the chairman has already done it, no more questions, no further questions.
Salamat. Anybody else who would like to ask questions from our resource person from BIR? Wala pa naman siyang dala, so...
Mr. Chair, considering that the BIR representative inform us that the documents that we required them to produce will be available at the latest will be Friday, so probably we can have them on the line next week hearing. So considering that we are through with what are in the items in the agenda today with the complainant Gadon, so I move to suspend the hearing until tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning.
But before that, the witnesses and or resource persons and the complainants are now excused. No, short meeting lang tayo para.
Permission to leave, Your Honor.
Thank
Will
you.
it be executive?
Thank
Hindi
you.
naman, tayo lang. Ayan,
well,
before we suspend, so the chair would just like to ask guidance from the members, no? Although konti lang naman tayo dito, pero we need to better manage our hearings, and ang maganda bukas, may personal knowledge na talaga ito, no? But I would like to request everyone, since the potential invited resource person is a member of the Supreme Court, I think we ought to give her the proper courtesy and respect that is expected of us in dealing with a co-equal official of a different branch of government, no? So ito, iba naman ito, there are certain positions that we take, but again, while they may be witnesses, they are also resource persons, and more importantly, they are members of the Supreme Court, no? So, yun po yun. Hindi ko po alam kung ano yung extent we will get information later on the full extent of the authorization granted. Pero ako, from the many manifestations and or testimonies given, looks like we will have our hands full tomorrow with respect to our first witness, who will be, I think, Associate Justice Teresita De Castro. So, so yun yung no, and kanina kasi may mga issues tayo na kailangan ba ng affidavit or opening statement, kasi ako mahirap itong hingin sa mga ganitong level of resource persons, ano. But I'm sure she is prepared, and so based on our rules, palagay ko yung opening statement will do. No? So,
Mr. Chair?
kasi ang plano ko is that we will communicate this na kung pwedeng issue siya ng opening statement para kasi may kanya-kanya tayong teorya ng pangyayaring ito, and I do not want to muddle the issue by us during clarificatory questioning insisting on our version. Kanya mas magandang mailatag muna niya yung kung ano yung version niya para doon po tayo magtatanong. Para hindi po nalilihis. And of course, ang sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, we can ask leading questions. Hindi naman tayo, we are not precluded from asking leading questions. Wag lang misleading. Yun ang bawal, yung misleading question, kasi mamimislead pati yung ating mga miyembro at lalo tigit yung taong bayan na nanonood sa atin. Hindi. Doon ako nakatingin. No? So, yun yung atin. Any other matters that you'd like to discuss? Kasi ngayon, what I will ask the Secretariat now is, babaguhin na natin ngayon ang estilo natin. Nung una, isa-isa tayo. Di ba? Pero it is becoming apparent that Justice De Castro is not only involved in one charge, no, but in as many charges there are on culpable violation. And she would have personal knowledge on many of these things dahil siya mismo yung involved siya yung Oo nga, siya yung mismong katunggali ika nga ng Chief Justice mismo, no. So yun yung I will task the COMSEC and the Secretariat na all those, and please, Attorney Gadon, please help our Secretariat, all those that will involve or that where the Associate Justice Tessie De Castro is involved, pagsamasamahin natin to para makover na natin siya in one sitting. Di ba? Oh, and in fact, the whole idea is for me to communicate to the Secretariat na ito po ang expectation ng committee sa inyo na ito yung itackle nyo na mga charges, ano. At kung meron pang iba, hindi ko alam, kanya dapat pag-aralan natin ito.
So, Mr. Chair, does this mean that we will run through the entire 27 allegations? Because even though yung sa culpable violation, yung tampered TRO, yung ARCAO, Justice De Castro is referred to, but there are other allegations where the Supreme Court is referred to. So does this mean that we may ask her in any of the allegations where she may, as a resource person, in fact give her own personal knowledge of that allegation?
Sige. I think that should be the proper way, That should be the proper way. Pero can we paki-review nyo yung two other charges? Kasi assuming papasa ito at pagbobotohan natin on probable cause and assuming that impeachment, that we will impeach the Chief Justice, babaguhin din naman natin yung complaint. Hindi naman itong complaint na ito ipapile natin. Instead, we will craft the articles of impeachment. So kung ano man yung articles of impeachment na yun, ganun na ang ating takbo ng ating hearing from here on. Kasi tapos na yung, kanya lang yung others, hindi pa, pero to the extent that there are other charges on the third and the fourth grounds na may involve si Justice De Castro, tingnan na natin at i-cover na rin natin in our hearing involving the Associate Justice. And kung sino pa yung mga ibang dapat tumistigo rito. Di ba? Ang focus natin, of course, yung mga justices. Pag yung justices, kung pwede natin silang makuha ng in one sitting, covering all of the 27 allegations, ko-cover na natin. Pero yung iba naman, for example, Attorney Anama, pwedeng magpabalik-balik naman ito. Or Maidas Marquez, si Attorney Marquez, pwede naman magpabalik-balik. Maliban lang yung justice. Kunwari, si Justice Tiham, Hardelesa, basta yung mga members of the Supreme Court, I think they deserve a different treatment when we conduct this hearing. And then, syempre, the respect that we ought to give them should be properly observed.
Who is expected to be on the line in the morning tomorrow?
Si Justice De Castro.
So may resolution na lumabas.
Hindi ko pa alam. Basta we're just breaking news lang ito. Kanya aalamin pa natin ito. Pero we are quite certain that Justice De Castro has been authorized. We are quite certain of that. And so I guess he will be the most explosive witness and or resource person to give us the facts that we had been wanting to elicit by reason of personal knowledge and not only on authentic documents. But of course, she can also testify on that. Anything else? Ano pang, Ken, meron ba kayong suggestion para mas maging maganda yung palakad natin ng hearing, para mas comprehensive tayo at mas malinaw ang paglalahad natin ng mga charges? Parang the whole idea is take advantage and optimize her yung presence niya para we can cover as much as we could with the testimonies that she will give before this committee.
Mr. Chair, I was about to suggest that the complainant would sit down with our secretariat to facilitate the complainant Gadon and secretariat come up with a matrix. Exactly what are we supposed to ask Justice De Castro? What are the pertinent documents that she would be testifying on? The relative charge, under what paragraph? Yung ganon. Para mabilis. And I would suggest...
May binigay na po akong outline kahapon. Nandun yung kung ano yung mga issues na magte-testify sila.
Ni Justice De Castro.
Pati po yung ibang justices. Justice Brion, Justice Ardilesa. Nakalagay po.
Justice De Castro.
And also, if we can suggest to the members of the committee that we take note of the questions being asked by members of the committee na hindi naman tayo repetitive. Halimbawa, pag natanong na ni gwapong Congressman Belmonte, dapat huwag na natin itanong uli. Pwede nang pumasok yung recross. Sige, okay. Sige. Yun lang. Kaya nga, sige. So, favorite motion to suspend? Suspension lang para
move to suspend until tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, any motion? Nag-move na, seconded. So the committee hearing today, impeachment committee hearing today is suspended until 9:30 in the morning tomorrow. Thank you.
That the chairman of the House Justice Committee, Reynaldo Umali, is set to prepare for the possibility of Associate Justice Teresita De Castro showing up in tomorrow's hearing again. That is 9:30. Let's listen in again. All right, so that suspends today's hearing. As I mentioned a while ago, it seems that they are preparing for the possibility of Associate Justice Teresita De Castro showing up in tomorrow's hearing. That's at 9:30 in the morning. Nothing is really set in stone. However, they are making sure that all will be set in place, such as they will allow the Associate Justice to give an opening statement and, of course, be accorded the proper respect as a co-equal branch of government. This happened, breaking news just a couple of minutes ago. Spokesperson of the Supreme Court, Theodore Te, already saying that Associate Justice Teresita de Castro has been allowed to attend the hearings of the House Justice Committee on the impeachment case against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno on 3 matters. Again, these 3 matters are the TRO on senior citizens. Associate Justice Teresita de Castro is allowed to talk about her and the Chief Justice's exchange in communication, but not the deliberations on that. Point number 2 is on the clustering of the JBC, or the Judicial and Bar Council. She will be allowed also to discuss the merits of her main decision, but not the deliberation on that. And the third is then Solgen Francis Hardilesa, who is now also a member of the Supreme Court as Associate Justice. Teresita de Castro will be authorized to discuss the merits of her separate concurring opinion on this, but not the deliberation or anything that happened in the deliberation of then Solgen Francis Hardilesa. Also, Attorney Theodore Te clarifying that those invited by the House Justice Committee, members of the Supreme Court, can appear before the House Justice Committee only to talk about administrative matters. They can appear if they wish to, but they are not mandated to appear, nor are they required to appear. So far, 2 grounds have been discussed in today's hearing. They finished at least the first ground on culpable violation of the Constitution. A long discussion there on the apparent or alleged deliberation by the Supreme Court on the transfer of the cases of the Maute cases to Luzon or Visayas and possibly in Taguig. And also the second is corruption, where Attorney Larry Gadon alleges that the Chief Justice bought a Land Cruiser for 5 million pesos, which he claims used obviously public funds, which he says is for her extravagant lifestyle. Also, he talked about first-class tickets that the Chief Justice has been using, which he eventually amended to business-class tickets, and also that talk on the presidential villa in Boracay. So far, those have been discussed. Again, culpable violation of the Constitution and corruption. Again, tomorrow's hearing is set at 9:30 in the morning. That will be the 4th hearing on finding probable cause on the impeachment case against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno. Keep it here on CNN Philippines.